Supplemental Masterpiece Theater. Guten Tag and welcome to Sock Puppet Masterpiece Theater. I am Johann Sebastian Sock.
And I am Dmitry Sokstakovich.
Today we are going to talk about a part of music that is very important.
Rhythm.
Did you know that rhythm is actually a part of your everyday life?
Put your hand over your heart and you can feel your heartbeat.
And your heart beats at a steady speed. This speed is called a pulse.
And in music, we also have pulse. A pulse is when beats, just like your heartbeat, go along at a steady speed.
Every piece of music has a beat and a pulse, just like you do.
Soon, we are going to put on our favorite machine, the metronome.
Our metronome is a machine that gives us a steady pulse, so we can make sure our pulse in our music is steady, like our heartbeat.
So now we are going to turn on our metronome and clap along with the beat. Every click of the metronome is one beat.
And when you are ready, you should clap along with the beat too.
Just because we are socks does not mean we can't clap alone. We are going to help each other clap.
Make sure to clap along with us.
1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic! Well done, everyone.
But how do we write out the pulse in music?
We do it like this.
What are those?
These are called quarter notes. Each quarter note takes up one beat.
So, if we have 4 quarter notes in music, what does that sound like along with our pulse?
It sounds like this.
So, a quarter note equals 1 beat. But how do I draw a quarter note?
Well, we start by making a small oval. And then we add this line called a stem on the right side. The stem always goes on the right side of the note.
Now, let's try it together. We make an oval, and then we add this line.
And remember, we also fill in the oval.
Oh, I forgot.
Remember, each quarter note, that's these, equals 1 beat.
But when I listen to music, there are more than just quarter notes.
Just quarter notes would make music pretty boring. So sometimes, to make things more exciting, we put 2 notes in 1 beat.
That's right. When we have these notes, we cut the beat equally in half. So instead of hearing 4 quarter notes, 1 on each beat, like this, we have 8 eighth notes.
These notes, 2 per beat, are called eighth notes.
So, anytime you hear 2 notes in 1 beat,
they are two eighth notes.
If we clap eighth notes with our pulse, it sounds like this.
And if we clap quarter notes, that sounds like this. And eighth notes like this. Now, clap eighth notes along with us. I'm sorry, I just get so excited about eighth notes. They're eye-poppingly good.
It's easy to see why. But what does an eighth note look like?
Well, the way you draw eighth notes is you draw two quarter notes and then you build a bridge. Ouch! And then you build a bridge between them. This bridge is called a beam.
Now, you try. So if two quarter notes go together and then join them at the top.
Exactly. So, quarter note, and then like that. Now, if we want to draw an eighth note by itself, we do the same thing where we draw a quarter note, and then to show it is an eighth note, we give it a little flag. A flag saying, I am an eighth note.
So, a quarter note and then a flag. Brilliant!
Now, if one quarter note equals one beat,
then two eighth notes equals one quarter note.
right you are, my good sock. Now we can combine quarter notes and eighth notes to make different rhythms.
Hold up! What exactly is a rhythm?
A rhythm is how we divide up our beats. A rhythm refers to how much of a beat or how many beats something takes up.
So, a rhythm is our patterns of notes and beats.
Yes, our rhythm is our patterns of notes and beats. But back to reading our rhythms.
If we do this, quarter, quarter, and two eighth notes, then it sounds like this.
Right. Are there any notes that are longer than one beat?
There are the half note. For example, it lasts longer than one beat. One half note is as long as two quarter notes.
That's right. And because the half note is as long as two quarter notes, and quarter notes are one beat long, then that must mean a half note is 2 beats long.
So, our half note sounds like this.
1, 2, 3, 4. I just get so excited. I love half notes.
So, now when we draw our half note, since we are leaving a beat open without another clap or quarter note, we leave the oval open like this. still have a stem.
Now we can add this to our rhythms, like this. See how this is a half note because it is not filled in like our quarter note.
So,
And then we have 2 eighth notes as well.
so this rhythm sounds like this.
Now, clap this with us. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we can also have other rhythms, such as two eighth notes, 1 quarter note, and 1 half note. And that rhythm will sound like this. One more time. Well done, everyone.
Are there any notes bigger than a half note?
Bigger than a half note, there are. One note bigger than the half note is the whole note. The whole note takes up 4 beats. And that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. That's a lot of beats in between.
4 whole beats. Try clapping that with us.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well done, everyone. The way we draw a whole note, thank you, is just 1 oval. There, that is our whole note. It's so easy, I will draw another one. Woo!
There are no stems on the whole note.
None at all. We just draw one big oval. This oval equals 4 beats.
Now, notice that if our whole note is equal to 4 beats, and half note is 2 beats long, then 2 half notes equals a whole note.
Then, if each quarter note is 1 beat, which I will draw here, if each quarter note is 1 beat and each half note is 2 beats, then 2 quarter notes equals 1 half note. And that means that 4 quarter notes equals a whole note.
So, 2 eighth notes then must equal a quarter note. Perfect.
Here we have our pyramid of rhythm, going from our shortest note, our eighth note, 2 of which equal 1 beat, all the way to our whole note. That equals 4 beats.
What happens if we want to skip a beat? What if we want there to be no sound on a beat?
No sound on a beat is called a rest. Every note has a rest that goes with it, but today we are only going to learn about quarter rests. If a quarter note equals 1 beat,
then a quarter rest must mean that it takes up 1 beat of silence.
exactly. A quarter note looks kind of like a lightning bolt, and we draw them like this.
Now you try drawing some.
But what do these sound like?
Well, let's see an example of one in a rhythm.
So here we have a quarter note, our quarter rest, 2 eighth notes, and 1 quarter note. And this will sound like this.
Wow! Can I try that?
Yes. And why don't you try clapping this rhythm along with Johann Sebastian Bach? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done, everyone. Now we are going to listen to some quarter notes and eighth notes in action.
Wow! So,
We are going to be listening to the opening of Modest Mussorgsky's Pictures at an Exhibition. Mussorgsky was a Russian composer who wrote a piece of music called Pictures at an Exhibition in 1874.
the piece of music is meant to depict what it is like to walk around a museum and look at pictures.
We are going to listen to the beginning, which is music that describes walking around the museum.
The way Mussorgsky depicts this walking around or promenade is by using quarter and eighth notes.
If you need a refresher on quarter notes and eighth notes, or anything else in the video, remember you can always go back.
Now, let's have a listen to the opening of Modest Mussorgsky's Pictures at an Exhibition.
What a picture that paints!
I'll say, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time on
Sock Puppet Masterpiece Theater!